child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, trying to be right.
You in the groove with Gursky, man.
You thought you wasn't getting another? You thought perhaps maybe it might be a prolonged, disagreeable period between episode 1, episode 2. No, I'm on it. Gursky here with Sneeze. I don't know if Sneeze is quite in frame. I'm a little sideways right now. Let's switch this up. What the hell am I doing?
Damn, it's palm oil in the camera.
Yeah, my bowl. Ooh, that's a little better there. Okay. Nice.
Very nice.
On the top of the dome right now, my girlfriend and I, Frankie, you'll hear about Frank or Frankie. I'm not referencing like a local auto mechanic that I'm sleeping with for better rates. That is my girlfriend, Frankie. Frankie and I were on the hunt for something yesterday. I don't frequent either Walmart or Target, especially not Walmart. I still have at least a tidbit of self-respect left dwindling. Thank you. But we had to go from one to the other in search of this thing. And when you go immediately from a Target to a Walmart, you see a glaring on the surface difference in the customer demographic they're targeting. Especially in apparel. At Target, all the tees are like, trans rights are human rights. Equality rocks my socks. And you go to Walmart, and it's like camo Crocs and cut-off tees with a bald eagle firing an AR-15 on them. Some fuck Joe Biden bedroom slippers.
Bien flado.
Target has a hoodie with Elizabeth Warren shitting into the founding fathers' mouths on it. Target has tees that are like, my child is trans. And Walmart has tees that are like, my daughter ain't your little sex toy. I kill pedophiles.
You.
It's great. For the common person, we got the two polar opposites of the spectrum of the common person right there, pitted against one another. These people need places to shop for their apparel and decor that makes polarizing political statements. But aside from that, we in Summa Mode.
Yeah.
We in Summa Mode, baby. You know what that means? Oiled up, ready to slut.
Having to be a slut.
I'm about to oil up and act a slut. It's summer. Historically, all throughout my life, one of my favorite times of the year, I come alive. Not necessarily creatively, but I am one with nature. I am a man with water where I want to be. Oh. I'll tell you what, though. I don't know if growing up near a large body of water, especially an ocean, I don't know if that affects the way you view summer. We all have summer vacation and time off from school. So there's something, regardless of region, that clicks with us back in our childhoods, that summertime is a time of fun and escape. But, you know, no offense, if you didn't grow up by an ocean, do you have the same thrill? I assume you do. An above-ground pool where your second cousin gave birth last week is pretty comparable to the Atlantic Ocean. Here's the thing. Lakes are great. I fuck with lakes and I fuck with lake people. But a lake ain't an ocean. Don't get me wrong. I'm super grateful to live several blocks from Lake Michigan right now. I enjoy these Great Lakes. Superior is wonderful. It's a little more treacherous and wild than Lake Michigan. I relate to that, being treacherous and wild. But it ain't the ocean waves. It ain't hearing those ocean waves crashing from nearly a mile down the road. It ain't that smell of the sea. It was always my dream to be walking by like a marina or a dock, and then this surly old sea captain who was just a little old boat with like a funky name like the SS Titsucker or something, and He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm just walking." And he's like, "Come on my boat." And I'm like, "This isn't suspicious. There's nothing to worry about. I'm coming on your boat." And then we go out on his boat and get lost at sea, and he tries to me. That was always just a dream of mine. And also getting the perfect 1.5 front flip off the diving board.
That's sick.
I was always kind of afraid to do the gainer. I was hitting the gainer, but not off the side of the pool. That was scary activity to me. But nailing a 1.5 front flip and then getting lost at sea and sodomized by an old sea captain, those were long-term summer goals. Those were like far reach goals. The close ones growing up, the goal every summer was to be jacked and tan. Unfortunately, that wasn't even my nature. I wasn't meant to be really tan. I don't have the body type of someone who's gonna be jacked. I have smaller bones. I'm a thin fella. I've always been thin, aside from like a 2 to 3 year period in college when I took a lot of mass gainer and lifted like a madman. Got a lot of water weight going. I was pretty buff then. But aside from that, I've always been thin. What spurred this train of thought? Oh yeah, being jacked and tan. That was an unfortunate byproduct of being from right next to New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. So, there were some, we'll say, aspects of culture that you were at high risk of falling victim to it. And for us, it was, we wanted to be jacked and tan in our teens. As summer approached, I was like, I gotta be fucking jacked and tan. Unfortunately, at 16, I weighed about 85 pounds and had the skin pigment of turkey gravy. I dreamt. And maybe this summer I'll be jacked and tan with the hog hanging out, reading a novel on the beach, moaning to myself. That could be the move. That could be the move for these coming weeks. But I do have a family trip coming up. In July, I'll be getting back to the Lehigh Valley, PA to see my family, a new niece that I have. I don't want to talk too much in detail about my family. I know there's sick motherfuckers out there. So I'm going to go see my family at the shore for about a week. That is all I need to just get lost in the salt water and assaulted by a humanoid from the deep. I need it in my soul, girl. Bring back summer. I need vitamin D in my soul and sand in my holes. This is coming out well, if you ask me. This has been fully chaotic, and I'm going to have so much editing ahead of me, but I'm going to keep rolling with it. I should probably get a sip of drink right now. I'm sipping on that Activist currently. I'm sipping basil ginger mint tea. This is a nice warm glass of diarrhea.
Yum.
It's actually a little cold brew with almond milk in it. I haven't touched cold brew in a while because it gives me headaches and it makes me aggressively write poetry. But I figured, today I got the day off. I think I might do a pod later. That was my thought earlier. That's how much I'm manifesting this and bringing the thought of bringing you guys great stuff to watch. It never leaves my mind.
He's so true to the art.
I'm so dedicated to the craft. I'm so dedicated to the craft. You don't even know. You ever walk into 7-Eleven, have one of those incidents where the man behind the counter who has missing front teeth starts rapidly sticking his tongue in and out of the gap in between his teeth as he glares at you and bags up your buffalo chicken taquito? Oh my goodness, I miss Raheem. I'm gonna, alright, now, for the sake of, having some kind of structure, since summer's come out.
Taste nasty.
That was a seagull. Maybe a penguin. What kind of noises do penguins make? I think this is my best penguin impression. Penguins are weirdos, dude. The perverts of the bird mammals. From all my research over the years, I could tell you one thing. Penguins are a bunch of perverts. Sick. Okay, the Summer Essentials. Old Bay. You gotta have it in the crib, or if you're going on a trip, you gotta throw Old Bay on something. If you don't eat shellfish, your little herb puss, And you don't want to eat... Look, I'm allergic to shellfish too somewhat. It's at least a mild allergy because I get pretty violently sick and start spewing poop out of my penis after I eat shrimp. But I enjoy the taste of crab, and I'm a man, a grown man, and I can make decisions. So I'm like, we're going for the crab. I don't care if I'm on the bowl for 2 straight days and I lose my family and income. I don't care. Bring me the lobster. You gotta throw, if you're not gonna eat shellfish, at least put it on some fries. Some Old Bay on the fries. You got an air fryer probably. Cut your wedges up or however you want to do it. Throw your olive oil on, salt, Old Bay, and then fry it up. And then when you got your fries ready, a little cup of white vinegar, dip that in there. You're pretty much at the Jersey Shore right now.
That's a seagull.
Another summer tip. Feel hot. I don't care what you look like. You're probably sexy as hell by my standards.
You fine as hell.
And you should wear what you want and feel good. If you want your ass hanging out, man, lady, whatever, let your ass hang out at the beach. We all want a piece of that. I want a piece of that ass. And if you have tits and you're a guy, I hope, make sure they sweat a lot through your shirt. Pretty much just get us turned on all summer and be hot is one of my greatest pieces of advice regarding this season. My third tip is if you see a large rock on the beach early in the morning, double check to make sure it's a rock and not a fucking gross dead horseshoe crab like I tripped over when I was throwing a Nerf football with my cousin Greg when I was maybe 12. Tripped over a big ass rock. It looked to be a boulder of sorts. I'm running back for the catch, like just diving through the air, looking pure athleticism.
Oh, yeah, athlete.
And I land and I trip over a what looks to be a large rock, and we flip it over, and it's fucking, there's the guts of a horse. I've never seen anything like it. This actually might have been some weird preserved creature from the Arctic that I shouldn't have seen. We just were like, ew, that's like a very large, abnormally large horseshoe crab. So watch out for large rocks, and don't take anything that doesn't belong to you, whether that is a fossil, an artifact of sorts, and don't take old people's hearing aids. And I need another tip for summer. Wear sunscreen, of course. Moisturize after being in the sun. Pure aloe. Don't get any of that junk from like Banana Boat that's aloe and fucking jizz. Just get the straight up aloe and put that on after you're in the sun. Maybe some moisturizer. If you're wearing a daily moisturizer, get something with an SPF. Do not mess around with the sun, I am telling you. I have cysts. I shouldn't need to tell you to hydrate, but clearly as a culture, we maybe do need to be told that, given the amount of water bottles I see with measurements and encouraging terms. Like, keep going, keep drinking water. Put that Diet Coke down, you fucking slob. So, hydrate, sunscreen, moisturize, Old Bay, feel sexy. What else we got? You got a skimboard? Break that out. Skim, boarding, skimboarding. I'm bringing back skimboarding and hand jobs all summer long. Tune in.